being here. Appreciate that. And yeah, we're going to have some fun timepieces tonight. A couple that I haven't had a chance to present before. So it's going to be a fun night here. Appreciate all you joining. And I'll just let a few of you guys start jumping in. Just that it's 6 o'clock right on the nose right now. And let me see. Let me just go through a couple quick things here. Let me just double check. Oh, let me see if I have I'll do this. So I have a coupon code for you guys. I'll write it out for you. So the coupon code is going to be July 26. Okay. There we go. We got some of you jumping on right now. So there's going to be a coupon code tonight, and it's going to be July 26 watch. That will save you 15% on your orders. So let me just write that in also. So save 15% on your orders. Hey, good thing, right? I already like the prices already. Now tell me too, Godfather, is this reading correctly for you or is it reversed? I just wanted to know that. I forget the difference between TikTok and everything else. I see you're on here. Tim Shaw. Hey, Allie, thank you for being here. Is this reading correctly or is it backwards, you guys? Hey, look at this, Rick and Lisa. Thank you for joining in. Okay, I'll wait for just a second here. I'll do a couple housekeeping items and we'll go from there. So, yes, it's reading correctly. Okay, because it's reading incorrectly for me, but that's okay. All right. Well, quick couple things here. Be sure to just follow Shop HQ on social media. Really easy. Shop HQ across all the different platforms, even on YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Shop HQ Watches. We want you to give a follow. I'll be on tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on TikTok and then at noon Eastern on Friday on TikTok also. So that will be fun. Give me a follow, social media. My social media is the Ryan Code on Instagram, on X, also on TikTok. Give me a follow on those platforms also. Let's see. Watchman is here. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. Well, we're going to talk Invicta tonight, and I think all you guys are here. Maybe there'll be some more. They'll be jumping in and out. But just for those who just joined, 15% off your orders. July 26 watch. Save 15%, all right? I don't believe there's a minimum on that either. So that should actually work out really, really well. Okay. Well, let's kick off here. And we're going to start with, I think we're going to do this. Hey, thank you for the hearts. Let's see. I have to put on my glasses. It's too hard to not see. I can't see the comments. Okay. Yes. Rick and Lisa. Yes. Watchman54. Hey, everyone. All right. First product of the night. Here we go. Which I like. I like this timepiece here. Give me 1 second. Okay. So what we're looking at is, I think this watch is really sharp. So what we have is, again, Invicta the whole night. Check out this timepiece. What we're looking at is a 40 millimeter, more that diver style. It technically falls under the signature collection for Invicta. It's an NH36A, which I don't think I've presented. Oh, maybe I did with the Grand Diver with all the crystals. But the NH36A is the same thing as a 35A, but you get the date instead of just the date for the timepiece. So look at this watch right here. So technically it's called the men's 40 millimeter signature automatic two-tone bezel bracelet watch. Now, of course, women can wear this watch just as easily as the men. Totally interchangeable here for this timepiece. So, all right, let's see. Okay, I was just looking at any more comments. Now here, initially, what I really like about this timepiece, and we'll get more into it, are the hour markers that are a part of it. So it's a little bit bigger, and the older I get and the bigger glasses I get, I appreciate that just a little bit more. Well, let's talk some of the numbers here really quick. So the MSRP on this watch right here, silver tone with a black and red bezel, looking at $595. Shop HQ brought it down to $129.99, so they saved 78% off the MSRP on this timepiece. And then if you use that coupon code July26 watch, you will save an additional $19.49, bringing this watch from $129.99, the sale price, down to $110.49. $110.49 for an automatic NH36A, and I like the weight that goes along with this timepiece. So, all right, let's get into some of the, I know, Watchman, nice dial. So here we go with the timepiece. So we're talking about the NH36A. So I remember I was begging and just saying, we need to get the day date. We need to get the day date. Customers want it. I want it. It's going to do well. And it really has. So I know there's some coarse variations of it, but here we go with the TMI, the mechanical automatic, 24 different joules, 26,600 vibrations every single hour, which brings it down to 6 per second here for this watch. And in addition to that, you get that 41-hour power reserve for the timepiece. So what we're getting into is that 40 millimeter by about 14 millimeters, so just a little bit over ½ inch. There's a little bit of an extender on the case back, as you can see right there, as I'm showing it to you. Invicta then is etched in off to the side of that high polished case. And notice too, the high polished sides here for the bracelet. But then once you go 90 degrees, you're looking at the bracelet, which is actually going to be brushed with a high polish center link. This variation has the scalped bezel on it, so or the faceted or the scalped bezel. So you'll see how that looks and operates. Easy to read Arabic numerals on the bezel, also in 10-minute increments or 10-second increments, depending on what you're actually looking at here for the timepiece. Also, 200 meters of water resistance is also associated with this watch. So for the price point today, to get it down and use that coupon code, what did I say? It goes down to $110.49 or $110.50. Sharp timepiece. Let me put this watch on my wrist. There you go. I mean, how nice does that look? Just popping right there. Hey, Invicta Claus, thank you for being here. All right, very cool. Okay, well, let's look at these hour markers, and I'll actually light up everything so you can see the luminescence on this. You can have the lume pip, which is right here, that 0 mark on the bezel. That is going to actually light up also here for the timepiece. But let's see, any other specifics about the watch? Actually, this one has the flame fusion crystal. You're not seeing the flame fusion crystal quite as often from Invicta right now. So I think it's an extra special when you get that. You can see the rotor that's turning in the back, all stainless steel, and then also the 200 meters of water resistance here for the timepiece. So let me get out the cone of sizing, because I know everybody's on the edge of their seats here just waiting to see the cone of sizing. And it looks like about that 8¼ inch wrist. So not for the oversized wrists out there. However, I'll tell you this too. If you guys are looking for any bracelets or straps for your Invicta watches, Invicta watch bands is actually having a sale. I think it's 65% right now. So message me on Instagram under the Ryan code, and I'll send you a link to it if you don't know where to go for that. But yeah, if you're looking to replace a bracelet, if something broke, or maybe you just need 4 or 5 extra links on something, you can get that for the bracelet or a strap. So yeah, if you want to change things out. And the other thing is with that too is if people will say, well, can I change out a bracelet for a strap or a strap for a bracelet on a watch? We just have to look and see what the actual case design is. Like if it's on a Venom and you have a strap on, you want to put a bracelet, you just have to look up then the same case design, but just with a bracelet, and pump in that model number, and everything should line up. As long as it's within that same product family, you should be okay. So, all right. Well, let's look at the timepiece just a little bit more. I do have a little bit of a smudge here down that center link, which is bothering me. So give me 1 second here. Okay, that looks better. So you can see that high polished center link that goes along right here too. And then of course the high polished side. Let's bring down the lights for a second. We'll check out the lume on this timepiece. Let's see. Yeah, Invicta Claus confirmed the 65%. So yeah, if you're looking for that bracelet, that might be the time to get it. All right, just a quick shot here of the lume. All right, charged up. Look at that. That's looking sharp, isn't it? And I still have a lot of lights in here right now. Okay, so a lot of great luminescence here for the timepiece. Now 40 millimeters is just it's a sweet spot for a lot of people. So, I mean, I'm wearing more 40 millimeters now. I wore, what did I wear today? I wore actually look at what I wore. I wore a bigger one, 52. Remember this watch? Not for sale on Shop HQ's site. However, yeah, that was fun. I got a couple compliments when I was captaining a cruise a little bit earlier with that watch. Okay, so let's see, 200 meters water resistance, upgraded flame fusion crystal. Let's do a couple quick measurements here on the timepiece. So the crystal in terms of diameter is going to be, what is that, 29.1, because everything's reading backwards. Let's just double check the case diameter. Yeah, 39.8. Should be looking at about 14 millimeters. Yeah, 14 millimeters on the overall thickness. Lug to lug is going to be right hovering at, was that 47.3 millimeters. Bracelet is going to start at about what, 19.2? See if it tapers down a little bit. Yep, it's going to taper down to what, 17.9. Okay, so fantastic timepiece here. This is not the only automatic. Actually, in fact, I have 0 quartz movements here during the course of this live stream tonight. So check that out. Yeah, nice malachite, I know. Hot loom. Allie, has the color of the rotors changed from yellow? Yes, I think in most cases, because it was a custom coating that was done on the rotor here for the case back. So unless it's like maybe an older model, maybe that's been sitting in inventory, but I think Invicta may have gone away from the custom rotors on the back. However, like with Nubeo and Duxo, RGMT, you are getting those custom rotors. I think it's always cool when you're able to see the back of the movement and everything, and I think it's a little extra bonus when you do get that, but it doesn't take anything away from just the quality of this timepiece, especially with that coupon code that you're getting into tonight to save 15%, which is July, where'd it go? July 26 watch. July 26 watch, save 15%, you guys. All right, let's see it. Yeah, you're welcome, Allie. All right, we are moving on here from item number 1. So we're gonna go to, let's see, what do we want to go to next? I think I'm gonna go to, where to go? Here we go. All right, we are going to move to Object d'Art. Object d'Art has been a really cool collection over the years. It does have that artistic nature. And I remember on air once, there was a gentleman who called in and corrected us, Kendi and myself, on how to say it. It's like Object d'Art is how you say it, I believe. So very, very just kind of not as bold as how we say it here in the US. Oh, you know what? I have a little sticker on here. Let me get that off. All right, that is almost off. Am I getting the hearts for that? All right, let's talk about the timepiece. So another 40 millimeter that we're looking at here for this Object d'Art. It is called the 40 millimeter Object d'Art Automatic Skeletonized Dial Bracelet Watch. I believe there are 3 different color choices that go along with this. Yes, there's gold tone, and then what I have is right here. This is silver tone, and there's also a black variation, okay? So we have gold tone, silver tone, and silver black. Now here's the deal. Regular price, $395. Shop HQ said, nope, we're gonna put it on sale for $109.99. That's 72% off. And then when you use that code, July 26 watch, you will save another $16.49, bringing this watch down to $93.49. $93.49 for this watch. All right, now let's look inside of this just a little bit more. Now right now the watch is not running, and I did that on purpose here for the timepiece. And so as you'll see, as I turn the crown a couple times here, you'll see the balance wheel will actually start to move here. And I'm just trying to do it and keep it all in shot, all in frame here. But then you can actually see there you go. You can see the balance wheel that's starting to move back and forth. The second hand is now moving just past that 30-second mark here on the timepiece. You can see actually all the way through the watch. You can see, look at that. You can see right here, up by that balance wheel, you can see all the way through here for the timepiece. Roman numerals, and then you have crystals at the odd hour markers here on this timepiece, okay? I think this looks fantastic. It's going to have a little side button for the clasp on the timepiece also. So what we're looking at here is you're looking at 40 millimeters by about 15 millimeters. I'll confirm that exhibition window on the case back. Here's a deployment push button just on the side. So something a little bit different here for Invicta. You get the lighter bracelet that's associated with it, so it's not going to be as heavy here on the wrist for the 40 millimeter. The first one, the Signature, is definitely going to be more heavy if you're looking for a little bit more heavy on this. Let's see here. Yeah, Invicta Claw is very classy. Rick and Lisa, just seeing the blackout version on the sidebar. Yes, so there are those 3 different color choices. That's the black version, which is pretty cool. Let me see. Actually, is that the correct one? Let me just double check, you guys. Give me 1 second. Oh, you know what? Shoot. That didn't. You see the blackout one on the. Okay. You know what? You're right, Rick and Lisa. I think it got loaded incorrectly. So let me see. Give me 1 second. I don't know if I can add that. Let's see here. Because I don't know until I start. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you know what happened? I think what happened was, let's see, automatic. Yeah, this one's called the blackout. Yes, you're right. So it is the same thing, but it just doesn't have, yeah. And I don't know why we should move it over. Well, anyway, if you want to get the blackout version right there, I think that counts too. So it's at $99.99. That is the one that is loaded right now. If you want, you can just type in the Object Art Automatic 40 millimeter, and it will pop it up with the 4 different color choices. So there's that 5th color choice. If you want to click on that and it's black, go ahead for that. Same timepiece here. I'll just do the measurements that go along with it. So yeah, I apologize, guys. Thank you about that. So this link is going to be for the blackout version. So the wrong link was associated. So I apologize for that. All right. We're looking at the crystal. It's going to be about 37 millimeters. Case diameter right there at that 39, 40 millimeters, probably, yeah, right there. Overall thickness, is it 15? Yeah, 15.3. Bracelet is going to start at 19.2, and it's going to taper down to, look at that, 17.8. And then if we look lug to lug is going to be hovering right around 47 millimeters here for this watch. The cone of sizing, let's look at this. Is it going to be over 8 1/4 like the first watch? Yes, it is. We're looking at 8 3/4 inch of a wrist easily with this timepiece. So, all right. Yeah, every now and then. I mean, the thing is on ShopHQ's site, there's so many watches that are just getting loaded up all the time. So it's actually, yeah, every now and then something can happen, and one watch gets mixed up with another. So I apologize for that here tonight. But let's see, what else? Let me just go back to any other features here for the timepiece. Oh, I didn't mention the movement. So the movement is actually the LG 0801B. And that's what you're going to have here on the inside for the timepiece. But mechanical automatic, yet again, you don't have to change out a battery. And to get down to $93.49 here for the timepiece, which is the blackout version. If you click up there, if you search ShopHQ's website and you still punch in that July 26 watch, you'll save that 15% also. And I think the blackout version's at $99.99 right now. So if you like the blackout version, like Rick and Lisa are talking about, boom, save another 15, it'll be down to $84.99. Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. Okay. Next timepiece. And I think, are we going to the big one? Yeah, we're going to go to the big timepiece here. Okay. So the next watch, let's see. Here we go. The next watch is by far the biggest watch of the night, as you'll be able to see right here, and probably the most interesting timepiece. Now this watch is big. It's heavy, it's different, and yes, it's time to party here with some roulette. So, all right, this is called the 52 millimeter specialty automatic roulette fluted bezel bracelet watch. Price, $1,495, typically on sale, 84% off at $239.99. And if you use that coupon code July 26 watch, you'll save another about $36, and it brings it down to $203 $203.99. $203.99 for this timepiece. All right. So this is pretty sweet. I mean, first of all, you do have a mechanical automatic in there, so you do see that with through the case back that it's again the NH35A. Now, people will always ask, well, does a roulette table actually wind up the watch? No, they're independent. This is on a separate spinner, just as the rotor is attached to the case back of the timepiece. But I think you can probably, let me see if I can get it going here. Yeah, you can get it going pretty good sometimes. You just have to find the right, there we go. Look at that, pretty cool. Now, the thing is, I'm not big on gambling. I go to a casino on occasion. I just set aside a certain amount of money, and if it goes, it goes. You know, otherwise, if I go all the time, I think I just might as well light the money on fire. But how fun would this be? You know, maybe even if you're playing some cards or games or whatever it is, poker with your buddies or your friends or couples and everything like that down in the man cave or in the basement and something like that. Oh my goodness. Look what the cat just dragged in. Dragged in Venom Kevin. Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. All right. Well, here, let's look at this on the inside for a second, because I mean, you're going to see a few different things that go along with the roulette table inside of this. So you're going to have the turret. And so the turret is going to be, you can see the 4 different lines. So that's actually kind of what goes up a little bit higher. And then on the inside right here is going to be the wheel head or the rotor. And then, of course, the spindle is going to be underneath. And then you have all the different pockets that go right around here that correspond with the colors and also the numbers that go along. And then up here for the hour markers, those are the deflectors. So when the marble is rolling through the ball track, it hits the deflectors, and that's what really kind of kicks up the ball and moves it around. And then it lands in one of the pockets. And then you could actually win quite big, depending on how you bet with that. So yeah, this is pretty cool. All right. Yep. I knew I'd get you to laugh there, Kevin. Good to see you, bud. All right. So let's talk about this timepiece. I mean, pretty cool. I mean, if you want something to get noticed on the wrist, this watch definitely will do that. We're looking at about a 52 millimeter. I'll just measure that out here. Get the Flame Fusion crystal yet again, the NH35A for the movement on the inside. I mean, this is a big, heavy, beefy watch, and definitely you get that movement that goes along here with the roulette wheel here for the table. All right, some of the measurements on this timepiece. We are looking at about 40 millimeters, 41, just for the crystal itself. If we're looking at the case diameter, just to confirm everything, yep, we're looking at 52.8, so right around that 52. If we include in the crown, it's going to be, almost 57 millimeters. Profile for this watch is going to be 16.5 millimeters. Bracelet is big and solid on this timepiece. So we're looking at about that, 25.6 millimeter. Will it taper down? Yep, it'll taper down a little bit to about 24 millimeters here for the watch. So NH35A, the really cool thing too is if you look really close, do you see the second hand? Do you see the second hand on the inside? So that's actually the ball that's lining up with the pockets that go around on the inside. So I guess you could, on a full wind, check this out. What if you just, on that full wind, you just wrote down, you knew you were going to wear the watch for a while, write down what pocket number you thought it would be and what color, see if you can get it. That'd be actually pretty funny. And when the movement actually stops, you have to wait 41 hours though. Let's see. Hey, Phil. Yeah, I think we're just trying some different nights here. I don't think the audience was quite as big as what we were hoping. So I think we're just kind of playing around a little bit, moving some shows around, some times around and everything else. But yeah, that's a cool question. All good. Yeah. I know it would be fun to be back on Sunday, or I don't know what week of the night works best for you guys. I mean, Sunday nights, are you watching sports, or is Wednesday night good? Tuesday, Saturday morning at 6 a.m.? I mean, what works best for you guys? We want to know. So we want your feedback, and that's how we get better. So yeah, let me know. You can just put it right here on the chat too. That'd be great. Okay. This timepiece right here, you got the Flame Fusion Crystal. I think water resistance is at least 100 meters. Let me just double check really quick. Yep, 100 meters of water resistance. What do you guys think on the Kona sizing? Kona sizing says 9 inches. 9 inches for this watch. All right. So yeah, fantastic timepiece for this specialty. Okay, last watch of the night. Last watch of the night right here. We are going to go with this. I did present this on TikTok. And remember, you're getting the 15% off with July 26 watch. So make sure you're doing that. Let's see. Okay, so what we're looking at here, and I like this watch because it is an all-around timepiece. It is something that you can wear. You can dress up. You can wear it with a t-shirt like with what I have on right now. You can wear this in the water too because it's going to have 200 meters of water resistance. And here is that timepiece. 43 millimeter, which I really like. I love the 40 millimeters. I love the Grand Divers, but I'll tell you that 42, 43, 44 is really hitting hard with me right now. And I do like that. So what we're looking at here is the 43 millimeter Pro Diver automatic date black and red bezel watch. Regular price, $495. Shop HQ took 70% off down to $149.99. And if you use July 26 watch, you save another $22.50. This watch goes down to $127.49. $127.49 NH35A for the movement. We have not had a quartz movement here tonight, which I love. Exhibition case back for this 24 jeweled movement, moving at 6 individual steps every single second. That is where you're getting that sweeping second hand going along. Magnification window, so you can see that the only color choice is this silver tone, but you do have the black and red bezel, and this is the OB bezel. Have you ever heard of the OB before? If you ever see it on a model number, especially a Pro Diver, or I think it's only the Pro Diver, OB stands for original bezel. And that is this coin edge with that particular font. And you'll see that a lot on the Pro Diver 40 millimeters. So yeah, that's a sweet timepiece here for this watch. 200 meters water resistance, magnification window. You will get that luminescence on the inside here too. Hey, Venom Kevin, do you have TikTok? I can't remember if you do, bud. Yeah, maybe you do. Okay, quick shot for the lume. Right there, you can see it on the inside. Looks good. Back up here for the lights. Okay, so I just like this. Easy to read. It's not a busy dial by any means. It's the cleanest dial and easiest to read out of the three watches right here. With the black background, with the black dial, it's a bit of a lustrous dial here. And then you're gonna get the individual hour markers and the fully illuminated hands here for this. You do not, I thought so. You should probably jump on that bandwagon, buddy. Here's the watch on my wrist. Really like that. That looks sharp, right? Okay, so you're getting that watch. Let's do a couple quick measurements here. And Kevin, if you get a TikTok account, I'll be on tomorrow at 7:30 p.m., like exactly 24 hours from right now. I'll be on TikTok on Shop HQ. Things get a little bit crazy on there. Yeah, there's some trolls that come on and just whatever, and I just say, hey, you know what? I think you're on the wrong page. I'll help you go, find somewhere else, and that's what we do. So Kevin, yeah, get that account. All right, well here, let's look at this watch a little bit more. A couple more measurements here. We're looking at the crystal for the timepiece on this 43 millimeters, going to be right about the 35 millimeters. Oh, sorry, 32 millimeters, 33 millimeters. Profile is going to be 14. If we go west to east and include in the crown, we're looking at what, 47 millimeters traditionally measuring right here. You're looking at that about 43, almost 44 millimeters. Bracelet is going to start out at about 21.7 and it will go down to just under 20 here for that. But beautiful timepiece. You're also getting that 200 meters of water resistance. So just make sure that the crown is screwed down finger tight. You don't have to over crank it. I did that once on a Sub Aqua Noma 4. And here's what I did to actually get that up. If you can't get if you can't get the crown undone, if you cranked it down too hard, what I actually did is I had my Leatherman, and I put just a towel around, because you don't want to put metal on metal. And then I just put the needle nose pliers on here, and I was able to turn it and get up, and I wouldn't scratch the watch by doing it. So that's how I actually got that going. Okay, I'll get one just for you, brother. Okay, when though? That's the big question. Is that tonight, tomorrow, next year? So anyway, I'm just busting on you, bud. It's good to see you. All right, anything else here? So here's the deal, you guys. I will be on TikTok tomorrow, Shop HQ. That is going to be for TikTok, 7:30 p.m. And then it will be, let's see, let me double check one thing really quick. On Friday, what time Eastern? I just want to confirm that. It will be at noon Eastern on Friday. So, okay, real quick. We have the 43 millimeter Pro Diver 200 meters water resistance NH35A for this movement on the inside. Great all around watch. Then we're gonna go to the roulette with the specialty right here. 3 different color choices. I have the silver tone. You have the roulette wheel on this big timepiece at 52 millimeters. And this is a beast. This thing is heavy. You want that attention on the wrist there if you're playing game night with all your friends or whatever it happens to be. NH35A for the movement on it. Then I have right here is going to be the Object DR. Now this is the blackout version. So you can click on it and get that blackout version. I think it's $99.99. This one I think is $109.99. But use that coupon code, that July 26 watch. You'll save 15%. Whether it's on this watch, you do a search on Shop HQ's website, or if you want to click and get that black version. And then find that 40 millimeter signature right here with that white dial. You have the bezel that's done in the black and also the red. I guess you can look at this 43 millimeter too. A little bit the same, different sizes, but you get the NH36A, and that NH36A is going to give you that date on it. So fantastic timepiece. All right, you guys, follow Shop HQ on social media. Follow, and it's Shop HQ on everything. Follow me. It's the Ryan code on social media, and I will catch you tomorrow evening in about 24 hours from right now. Actually, 23 hours and 57 minutes on TikTok at Shop HQ. So any other questions, reach out on social media for direct messages, and I will see you then. Have a great night, and thank you for tuning in, and use that coupon code